Joe? Joe? Thought of everything? Forgotten nothing? You're alright now, huh? No one can see you now.
Of the long way,
No one
of the
can
short
get at you
stay,
now.
of the going back home the way he had come.
Why don't you put out
Of
that
the empty
light?
heart, of the empty hands.
There
of the
might be a
dim
louse watching
wayfaring
you.
through barren lands. Of
Why
the
don't you go to
fields
bed?
that winds hedged about.
What's wrong with that bed, Joe? You changed it, didn't you? Made no difference? Or is it the heart already? Crumbles when you lie down in the dark. Dry, rotten at last. The best is to come. You said that last time, hurrying me into my coat. Last I was favored with from you. Say it you now, Joe. No one will hear you. Come on, Joe. No one can say it like you. Say it again now and listen to yourself. The best is to come. You were right for once. In the end. You know that penny farthing hell you call your mind? That's where you think this is coming from, don't you? That's where you heard your father. Isn't that what you told me? Started in on you one June night and went on for years, on and off, behind the eyes. That's how you were able to throttle him in the end. Mental taggy, you called it. One of your happiest fancies. Mental taggy. Otherwise, he'd be plaguing you yet. Then your mother. When her hour came. Look up, Joe. Look up. We're watching you. Weaker and weaker. Till you laid her too. Others. All the others. Anyone living love you now, Joe? Anyone living sorry for you now? That slut that comes on Saturday? You pay her, don't you? Penny a hoist tuppence as long as you like. Ever think of that? Huh, Joe? What'd it be like if you ran out of us? Not another soul to still. Sit there in his stinking old wrapper, hearing himself, that lifelong adorer, weaker and weaker, till not a gasp left there either. Is it that you want? I was strong myself when I started. In on you, wasn't I, Joe? Normal strength, like those summer evenings in the green, in the early days of our idyll, when we sat watching the ducks, holding hands, exchanging vows. How you admired my elocution, among other charms. Voice like flint glass, to borrow your expression. Powerful grasp of language you had. Flint glass. You could have listened to it forever. And now this. Squeezed down to this. How much longer would you say? Till the whisper? You know, when you can't hear the words? Just the odd one here and there? That's the worst. Isn't it, Joe? Isn't that what you told me? Before we expire? The odd word? Straining to hear? Why must you do that? When you're nearly home? What matter then? What we mean, it should be the best. Nearly home again. Another still. What's the worst? Isn't that what you said? The whisper, the odd word, straining to hear, the brain tired, squeezing. It stops in the end. You stop it in the end. Imagine you couldn't. Ever think of that? If it went on, the whisper in your head, me whispering at you in your head, things you come to catch, on and off, till you join us. Huh, Joe? How's your load these days? Still worth having? Still lapping it up? The passion of our Joe? Wait till he starts talking to you. When you're done with yourself. While you're dead. Sitting there in your foul old wrapper. Yes, great love, God knows why. Even me. But I found better. As I hope you heard. Preferable in all respects. Kinder, stronger, more intelligent, better looking, cleaner, truthful, faithful, sane. Yes, I did all right. But there was one didn't. You know the one I mean, Joe. The green one, the narrow one, always pale. The pale eyes, spirit made light, to borrow your expression. The way they open after, unique. Are you with me now? Huh, Joe? There was love for you. The best is to come, you said, bundling her into her vodka set. Her fingers fumbling with the big horn buttons. Ticket in your pocket for the first morning flight. You've had her, haven't you? You've laid her. Of course he has. She went young. No more old lip from her. Ever know what happened? She didn't say. Just the announcement in the Independent. On Mary's beads we plead her needs, and in the Holy Mass. Will I tell you? Not interested? Well, I will just the same. I think you should know. That's right, Joe. Squeeze away. Don't lose heart now. All sleeping. Sitting on the edge of her bed in her lavender slip. You know the one. Ah, she knew you. Heavenly powers. Faint lap of sea through open window. Gets up in the end and slips out as she is. Moon. Stop. Down the garden and under the viaduct. Sees from the seaweed. The tide is flowing. Goes on down to the edge and lies down with her face in the wash. This all new to you, Joe? Huh? Joe. Gets the tablets and back down the garden and under the viaduct. Takes a few on the way. Unconscionable hour by now. Moon, going off the shore behind a hill. Stands a bit looking at the beaten silver. Then starts along the edge to a place further down near the rock. Imagine what in her mind to make her do that. Imagine Will I go on, Joe? Huh, Joe? Has it all worked out this time? Finishes the tube. There's love for you. Huh, Joe? Scoops a little cup for her face in the stones. The green one. The narrow one. Always pale. The pale eyes. Now imagine, before she goes, face in the cup, lips on a stone, taking Joe with her, light gone. Joe. Joe. No sound. To the stones. Say it you now. No one will hear you. Say Joe. It parts the lips. Imagine the hands, the solitaire, against the stone. Imagine the eyes, Spiritland, month of June. What year of your Lord? Breasts in the stones, and the hands before they go. Imagine the hands. What are they at in the stones? What are they fondling till they go? There's love for you. Isn't it, Joe? Wasn't it, Joe? Huh? Joe.